I'm Saliella Horn. I'm a mindset mentor, hypnotherapist, meditation teacher. And today, what I wanted to share with you are 3 mindset hacks for happiness. Now, why happiness? Well, what do most people want? And in my experience, most people want happiness. They want to be happy. And what is happiness? Well, it's a feeling. Being happy is a feeling. Okay, so these are 3 little tricks that you can practice to feel happy. So, number 1, practice feeling good. Now, that might sound simple, but for many of us, we experience more negative feelings a lot of the time. Stress, anxiety, fear, anger, whatever it is. And so what happens when we have a feeling is that creates a neural pathway in our brain that's associated with that feeling. So the more you have that feeling, the stronger that neural pathway becomes until it becomes dominant, so that in a sense you can't even help feeling like that, because that is your dominant response in any situation. That is your dominant feeling. Okay, but this doesn't mean you can't change it. You can. You just need to practice feeling good. Okay, and so when you have more of the good emotions of joy, happiness, peace, whatever it is, you then strengthen the neural pathways associated with those high vibrations, those high feelings, and then they become more dominant. All right, they become your response most of the time. It just means practice, practice, practice. So one way you can do this is to focus on activities that make you feel good. For me, I'm a big advocate of dynamic meditation. So for you, it might be yoga, doing yoga, I don't know, running, gardening, just being on your own, maybe generates those feelings of feeling good. So whatever it is for you, try to do those activities as much as possible to generate those feelings. And when you're in that feel good factor, when those feelings are being generated, then focus on them, let them intensify, really feel them. Okay, because like attracts like, and what you attract is your vibrational match. Okay, so if you are feeling good, you are attracting those high vibrations back. Now, this doesn't mean to say that you shouldn't have, uh, for want of a better word, negative emotions from time to time. You will, you should, it's normal, it's fine, it's okay. I say to everybody, it's okay to get angry, it's okay to feel scared, it's okay to be pissed off. And I always encourage you to feel those emotions, to feel them, acknowledge them, accept them, let them flow through you. What's important is not to get stuck there, okay? Not to get stuck in this negative, denser, lower vibration, because then you can attract more of the lower vibrations back. So when you feel pissed off, when something happens that's not very nice that you don't expect, it's fine to react and get it off your chest, so to speak, and then try not to stay there. Okay, raise yourself back up, raise your vibration back up as soon as you can. And if you're not in the position to do those activities that make you feel good as much as you'd like, or in a given situation, then you can imagine that you're doing those activities. Now, your mind doesn't know the difference between something that's imagined and something that's real. And that again is science, it's a scientific fact. So, for example, if you have a commute to work, say on a train or bus, that is the ideal time to close your eyes and just imagine yourself in that yoga class or in your garden, on the beach, whatever it is, to generate those really good feelings. And like I say, then focus on them and really feel them, let them intensify. Okay, your mind doesn't know the difference whether it's real or not. It doesn't matter. You can generate those feelings and put that vibration out there. Now, and this is not to sound flippant. I totally understand that some of you may be struggling with issues such as anxiety or depression and so on. And I've been there myself, so I do sympathize. And there may be a physiological factor, you know, a hormone imbalance or some other physical problem that needs to be addressed to help you with that. According to modern psychology and hypnotherapy, very often conditions such as anxiety and depression come from unresolved trauma or repressed anger and fear. Anger and fear that's not being felt fully, not being acknowledged, and not being faced full on. Okay, so that again is why I encourage you to always acknowledge all your feelings and let them flow. They are part of you, they are normal and natural. And then try to then get back into that feeling good. Okay, doing whatever it is that makes you feel good, or just imagining it. Okay, and that'll raise your vibration. Like I've said many times before, when you focus on good things, you get more good things back. Okay, so focusing on feeling good means you'll get more of feeling good. That's the law of attraction. That's how it works. Okay, so that's hack number one. Practice feeling good as much as possible. All right, okay, then number two, love yourself. Now, I know you've heard this a million times and you may say, yeah, I've got that. I love myself. But you'll be surprised the amount of women I meet who say they love themselves and then are rejecting themselves left, right, and center. You know, they don't like their eyes, or they don't like their arse, or they don't like the way they are with other people. And so I encourage you to really look at how you respond to yourself, really. How do you respond to yourself when you look in the mirror? How do you respond to yourself when you're naked? And how do you respond to yourself when you're in the company of others? Okay, what are you saying to yourself? What are you rejecting about yourself? And if we want to look at the bigger picture, you know, your soul, your higher self chose the body that you're in and chose the time that you were born so that the stars were aligned in a particular way to have an influence on your personality. All that was chosen for a reason. And we don't need to know the reasons necessarily, but by rejecting those aspects of yourself or rejecting your body, you're actually denying and rejecting the wisdom of your soul, the wisdom of your higher self. And I understand that a lot of that sort of rejection comes from comparing ourselves to others. You know, when we're babies, we're not rejecting our bodies, we're just in this joy and delight of this amazing world and experiencing things and enjoying how our body works and moves and functions. You know, we're not rejecting that. That is a learned behavior, and it's learned through comparing ourselves to others, and also from some programming that we get, you know, maybe from parents or teachers who have told us we're whatever, stupid or too short or too fat or whatever. So that is a learned behavior. But really, if we go back to just the pure soul in the body, that's just joy and wonder and excitement. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you feel your nose is too big compared to somebody else's. It doesn't matter if you don't like your boobs. You know, you need to accept who you are and stop rejecting it. Stop rejecting any of those aspects of yourself. Embrace them. Embrace them and really feel that, you know, what a blessing it is to have a body and to have a body that functions no matter how it looks. And if you struggle with this, a good exercise is to ask friends and family members, you know, what do they like about you? What are the things they love about you? You know, and you'll be surprised. I've had clients who've been in tears when they actually asked that question and got that feedback. And so take those things and focus on them. If you don't like your nose, I don't know why I keep coming back to nose, but try to love it anyway. It's doing the job it's meant to do. Um, and focus on something you do love about yourself. Maybe you love your eyes, or maybe you love your sense of humor. You know, focus on that and love yourself through that. Okay, and just, you know, love yourself like the goddess you are. And if you find that difficult, then perhaps try and treat yourself like you would a child, like a 5-year-old girl. What would you say to that 5-year-old to nurture and nourish her so that she becomes this empowered, strong, confident woman? You know, what would you say to her? So look at it like that and stop that negative berating, okay? Because you're never going to be happy all the while that you don't love yourself. That is a fact. You really need to accept and love yourself in order to be happy. When you do that, when you love yourself, peace of mind is just around the corner. Okay? So, hack number 3, embody gratitude. Now, anyone who knows me knows I talk about gratitude a lot, but there's a very good reason. In fact, there's 2 good reasons for that. The first one is gratitude is a higher vibration than love. According to the scale of consciousness that was first introduced by Dr. David Hawkins, gratitude is a higher vibration than love. All right? So that's the first reason. And the second reason is it works. And I know because I do it. And I've used it through really dark and difficult times, and it always works. Okay, gratitude is so important. And what I've come across recently with a few clients and people is that they feel if they are grateful for where they are, that's sort of like saying that it's okay to stay where they are, that they don't want more, that they don't want to improve and get better. But that's rubbish. Gratitude is not an either or, okay? Gratitude is being appreciative of the good things in your life, and there's always at least one good thing to be grateful for. And when you focus on feeling grateful and being grateful, you then change your vibration so that you're attracting more of the good stuff back. Okay, so one of the number one rules of manifesting what you really want is to first be grateful. Okay, the more you're grateful, the more you raise your vibration, the more you feel good, and the more you're going to attract those things that you really, really want. So even if you're going through a shitstorm, even if you're in a place where you're struggling for money, you're counting every penny and you're feeling like, why is this happening to me? Try to find at least one thing in your life right now that you're grateful for and focus on that. And I tell you, it shifts everything. Okay, it absolutely shifts everything. Not only do you feel better, then like I say, you start to become a magnet for those things that you really want, for the abundance, for the happiness, for the love, for the freedom, whatever it is. So don't be afraid to be grateful. It doesn't mean you're going to get stuck where you are, not at all. It's giving you the rocket fuel to go even further, to keep progressing, to keep improving, to keep getting more of the good things that you want into your life. The universe is ready and willing and waiting to give you your heart's desire. The universe never rejects you. The only person who does the rejecting is you. Okay? So focus on gratitude as much as possible. And if you're in a difficult situation, let's take a fallout with somebody. Okay, say you've had a fallout with somebody. Then, and I know it's very upsetting, so feel all that, feel the anger, try not to react to that person in anger if you can, just feel the anger later, get angry, get upset, let those feelings flow and so on. And then write down 10 things, if you can find 10 things, I'm sure you can, 10 things that you are grateful for about that situation. Now that might sound like, what? How can I be grateful for when somebody's mistreated me and abused me? But you always can. So maybe it might be something like, taking the example of the relationship fallout, maybe something like you're grateful that you didn't put you didn't write any harsh words to them. You're grateful that they don't know you. They don't really know you. You're grateful for the learning that's coming with this. So anything you can think of around that situation that you can be grateful for will shift how you feel about that situation and will attract a more harmonious resolution. Okay, so gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. I practice it at least 3 times a day. I encourage you the same. If you can only manage once, that's fine. Just sit down, meditate, or when you're walking or whenever on that train ride, think of all the things you're grateful for. And when you're thinking of those things, let that feeling of gratitude infuse throughout your body. Let it intensify, so you're really, really feeling it and raising your vibration and helping to strengthen those neural pathways in your brain associated with feeling good. All right, so those are my 3 mind hacks for happiness today for you. So number 1, practice feeling good. Number 2, love yourself. Really try and love yourself and appreciate yourself. And number 3, embody gratitude. Okay, so if you are struggling with any of these things, or you would just like a little bit more help around this topic, then I would be happy to help you. I've got tons of free resources around all this, so just reach out to me, make a comment, and I'll get back to you, or you can email me at info@sallyellahorn.com, and I will, like I said, I'll be more than happy to help you. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a fabulous day wherever you are, and I will be back again same time next week. Okay, have a good day, take care, bye.